Hello there. Guess what? Thousands of Nigerians in diaspora have one specific fear. And what is the fear? The fear is, how do I invest in real estate back at home? Now, why is this fear happening? It's because some people have invested in the past whereby they've lost millions of naira or thousands of pounds investing in real estate. And this is due to the failure of the developer. Why there are some they've not invested but they are skeptical about the investment. Guess what? Interestingly, not all the developers are bad, but it's impossible for you not to have bad eggs among the good eggs. In this video today, I'll be showing you those things you need to pay attention to if you're a Nigerian diaspora who would love to invest back in Nigeria, because there are things you need to pay attention to in as much as you want to invest back home in Nigeria, and in as much as you don't want to lose your money. You need to pay attention to these things, and if all these things sticks out for you, then I will say go ahead and invest with this developer today. Once again, welcome to this channel today. My name is Timothy Feromi. Let's dive into the video right about now. Welcome back into the video today. So I'm diving right about into the video. Just like I've said, investing shouldn't be that hard. Investing should not frustrate you, but just that in most cases people don't pay attention to the necessary things they didn't take attention to. It's not just about scouting for the land and saying I love this land, I love what I see, but you have to also do some background checks apart from due diligence. Due diligence is you checking if the land is okay, but the background check is you now checking if the developer is somebody you want to take your hard-earned money to invest with them. Now, why do people get scammed? That's where I want to start the video today. One of the reasons why people get scammed is due to ignorance, which I'm sorry to say most people are ignorant, and it's important to learn from every situation. And all I'm going to be saying today is not just based on things ahead, but things that has actually happened during my real estate journey over the years. Number one thing people don't pay attention to that I say is you cannot ignore as a warning is no verified office. If you have a developer and they don't have a verified office and they're as good as running that business from their house, please take your two shoes and run, because no matter what, if you're selling real estate which is into the millions of naira, renting an office whereby you operate your millions of naira of business shouldn't be an headache. So if they don't have a verified office, please take your two shoes and run away. Number two thing also is this I will say this is quite common, but I will say this also varies. Is if they don't have past projects or they don't have completed projects. Now, why I said this varies also is because there are a lot of companies sometimes that they involve themselves into a lot of land banking, so no finished property. But one thing you should pay attention to for you to also scale through this is, in as much as they even have land for land banking, or they don't have, let's say they don't have construction buildings yet that they are developing, you should be able to see the signs of progression on those lands as well. So if there are no signs of progression on those lands, please run away. One of the developers in which I know very long time ago, and I got to realize that this person is somebody you need to run away from. What the person simply does is the person buys the property. Upon buying the property, you'll barely even see the person's signboard on the land. The person will keep on telling you that they are the owners of the land. So if you're not doing example fencing, you're not clearing the land, and there's no signboard, then it means that you are not a serious person, or you're as good as a scam. So in as much as they don't have a completed project and they have land for land banking, there should still be a sort of progress on those lands. Also, pressure tactics. If you find this company always pressurize, or developer always pressurizing you, pay this, pay that, pay this, pay that, you need to pay today, they need to do this today, without a clear cut towards that conversation, please run. The next one also is unrealistic promises. This happens all a lot, and this I would say sometimes a lot of investors don't pay attention to this. So if there's a developer who is telling you they're going to do this on that land, please, you need to pay attention and ask these necessary questions of, okay, if this is going to be done, when is it going to be done? Because sometimes some of these people give unrealistic things, or they say unrealistic things that are not possible, and they don't eventually meet up to those expectations. And meanwhile, some of those things are tied into why you have invested into the land or into the estate. For instance, they've told you there will be an helipad in the estate, or for instance, they've told you they're going to do a big event, a big celebration event in the property, and for you see that as a way of, or they told you that there will even be a waterfront or waterfront in the big estate. You should be able to ask those questions of why, how do you plan doing this and stuff like that, because like I said, some of those facilities are those things that increases the value of the property. And if that's why you've invested and they are not going to keep to it, then you shouldn't bother investing. How do you check if a developer is real? I will just mention some basics that I've jotted down here. So before you even send your money or before you key into the property, these are the things you need to pay attention to. Number one, is the company registered? Is it a registered company in Nigeria as at today? Either is a business name registration or a limited liability company. Is it registered? And this is very, very important. And number two thing, which is very, very important as well, is physical office. Like I said, you must know their physical office before you invest. Number three thing also is that the previous project, because without previous project, you shouldn't even bother paying at all. Number four thing is client's testimonial, because if they've been doing what they said they've been doing in terms of making people landowners or landlord or landladies, then there should be previous testimonials. Then also land titles, light title documents. If they're not light title documents or they're finding difficult to send it to you, please run away, because if you're selling real estate, then you should be able to provide documents at any given time is being requested for. So it's very, very important. If you don't pay attention to these things, you're going to lose a lot and a lot of money. Now, what are the questions people in diaspora should ask while investing? The first question you should ask is, who owns the land? Okay, now a realtor or a realtor has shown you a property and they are telling you this land is this. Ask for the developers. Don't just be interested in the land alone. Ask for the developer, and also ask for the approvals necessary. So if they say it's a C of O, can I have the documentation for the C of O? If they say it has a government permit, ask for the government permit. If they say they has a governor's consent, ask for the governor's consent. Like I said, if they can't provide it, run away. Then also ask this question: what happens if the developer defaults? Now, this is very important because in most cases, I think last couple of weeks, there's this situation I've been dealing with that the developer didn't meet up with the expectation. And what happened was this person keyed into the property, and in the documentation, the client noticed and she made a comment and said, this document you've sent to me protects the developer, but it doesn't protect me, because now one of the things that's not stated in the document is the delivery time frame. So when the client was asking for the delivery time frame, they didn't give to the client. And when the client said, okay, you know what, I don't have an issue with that, can you put like a sort of clause in it that if you people default, this is going to happen? And they said they were not going to do that. So it's very important you also ask that if the developer defaults, what tends to happen? And also ask for refund policy. I'm not saying you as a client will ask for refund, but it's also important that in every good also think of the bad side, and in everything you also invest in, is also important to know everything about it. So also ask, just in case something unfortunate happens during the time investment is going on, what if I want to ask my refund? What happens? It's important to know that refund policy. And also it's very, very important, the next thing you need to also know as well is, can I inspect completed project? Like I said, this tends to be relative, because if they don't have completed project, then there's nothing you can see. But even if they don't have completed project, in as much as they have previous estates that they've that is even done for land banking, or they are just there, it's important to be able to see them. It's important to be able to see them. Then if you have checked all this out, there are things you would now see as a sort of green marker for you to say, okay, this developer I want to invest with. You should be able to see completed projects. You should be able to see transparent documentation. So when you ask, they should be able to give you. Then they should be able to provide you regular updates, okay? And also they should be able to have verifiable client references. It's not just audio reference of we've sold 50 plots, we've sold 100 plots. There should be some of them that can be verified. They should be able to verify. Now, what is the big secret I want to tell us today? What's the big secret I want to tell you today? So before I dive into the big secret, if you like what we do on this channel, always like, comment and share this video, because all we are on this channel is churning out value for you not to make a mistake when it comes to real estate investment, or for you to get the best of real estate investments. So one of the big secrets I want to share with you today is, I've worked with a lot of investors, and one thing I usually pay attention to, especially for the wealthiest of the wealthiest among all of them, is they don't chase after adverts, they chase after due diligence. So if you like, put in that place and say, buy this land and buy 10 plots and get 50 plots for free. They'll never be moved by that. until when they do their due diligence. So due diligence is very, very important. And also you should note that for you to trust somebody, it should not just be based on marketing, is by that person earning the trust from the things you checked. So don't be moved by, oh, this video is nice, this video is this and that. Be moved by the result, be moved by the documentation they've sent to you as a whole. So if you've ever had any bad experience with any developer, or if you have had any bad or good experience with any developer, at this point we'll say share with us in the comment section. Let's know what you've also gone through in the real estate investment today. Once again, my name is Temtaibu Aferami. Thanks, and do have a lovely evening rest. Bye for now.